Oh, you caught me pondering. Hello, and welcome to the Do Good Letters. If you don't know who I am, look it up. Just kidding, don't stalk me. But speaking of stalking, I was sharing in a shorter video that I had a desire to research my family history. And I really enjoy having stalkers, so I thought that the next logical step was to post all of my information online in a very public platform. Hence, the tube of you. Well, I had no idea how to get started, so I did a little GTS, and I decided that I would share my tips and tricks that I found so far. Not a professional, just doing this as a dum-dum. All right, I understand that there can be different ways to find family history and even some better ways, but I thought it might be helpful or informative to hear from someone who has no clue what they're doing. It also could just be a really entertaining video to watch while you're pooping. So again, I had the desire to research my genealogy for some time, and I decided to do a little search in the good old interwebs. This is what I found. I'm going to tell you what I searched, the results of what I searched, the names of 2 websites that I'm going to use to start the process, and their tips and tricks that they have from each website. All right, so what did I search? I literally typed in the words, how to research family history in person, because that's ultimately what I want to do. I understand that I may need to use the internet as a starting tool, but I am thinking I'm fairly close to a lot of the things, at least on my paternal side's history, and I'd like to just go see and touch them in person. So I'm gonna. All right, so what that brought up was a lot of ads, and it also brought up a couple websites that had some really useful information. Those 2 websites were AmericanAncestors.org and AncestralFindings.com. On I'm sorry, not that one. Don't listen to that. I'm wrong. So now you should listen to me because I'm right. On AmericanAncestors.org, I can speak, it had 4 tips. Their tips were, identify what you know. Makes sense. Write down everything you know. It's a good place to start. Decide what you want to learn from the information that is missing. That may sound kind of dumb, but for me, it was useful because I want to do all the things. I want to find out all the information, and it just really helped me. I just realized I didn't put my wedding ring on from the shower that I took earlier. I'm so taken. I know you guys are disappointed. But it helps narrow down because I can get very distracted, as you can tell. And it gives me just some direction, is my whole point. So hopefully that helps you too. Number 3 is identify and locate your sources. Well, I'm definitely going to use these 2 websites as my sources, but I also listed some relatives that I'm going to start asking more questions, and especially people that I know who have been resourceful in the past. The 4th step is research. Do it. The next step is analyze. Put all that crap together. I don't know what else they mean by analyze because they really didn't elaborate. I assume it just means kind of fact check, and that's what I plan on doing, especially the information that I get that will help me go to the places where this information might be, or even go to the places where my family was born, lived, got married. That's kind of what I want to do by analyzing. I'm pretty sure that was the point. Yeah. The next website was ancestralfindings.com. These had listed 4 websites that they found were to be free and a useful tool in genealogy research. I feel like I'm talking like Rob Lowe in Parks and Recreation. So, totally burped, excuse me. The U.S. Gen Web Project is the first website they list. The second one is findagrave.com, one of my faves. The third is familysearch.org. The fourth is fultonhistory.com, previously known as Fulton Postcards. So to give a little information per ancestral findings on the first website, the US Gen Web Project. It is one of the original free genealogy websites since the late 1990s. And I really hate how that sounds so ancient. Each state has its own section, and each state has a page for each county. The information found on these websites are old newspapers, census, land records, cemetery records, tax records, journal and diary recordings. I find that really interesting, and I hope I find some. Old photographs, etc. Some are not subscription because they are donated by people's private collections. So, admittedly, I haven't gone into that website that much, but it sounds like maybe it's just another search engine tool. You may find things that you have to pay for, or you may find some free information as well. I should really know this because now what I'm saying is not useful. You're welcome. Find a grave. I really like this. So, the information found on this website are records, photos, and biographical information. It is searchable by name, location, and even by individual cemeteries. I do know this to be true. I went to the website and typed in a pretty big cemetery here in the town I live, and it popped right up. Also, I searched by name only a family member who has previously passed. They have a pretty distinct and unique name. So I just typed in their name and their information came up. It even had 2 photographs, one from their life and also of their gravesite, which I found out another family member had posted, which is kind of cool because it started a conversation between us. And I am sharing this information also because I have been to that gravesite. So at least in my experience, it's 100% accurate. All right. Another really cool thing about Find a Grave is that you can actually fulfill requests. So this is not necessarily anything to do with genealogy of yours personally, but in that search that I did of the graveyard that is here in this town, I pulled up some requests from whomever, family members, strangers, bored people that have requested photographs of websites. No. Photographs of grave sites in the cemetery here. So when I get bored, I may go do that because I'm weird. All right. The next website listed was familysearch.org. Everything I'm about to say is per ancestral findings. They state that this website, Family Search, is organized and managed by Jesus Christ Church of Latter-day Saints. So thank you, Saints. They are stating that it's almost on par with the quality of Ancestry.com with its records. That sounds pretty cool, especially since I've never been on Ancestry.com. So it sounds great. I know what it is. I know what Ancestry.com is. I just haven't been there because I don't want to. All right. They contradict themselves by then saying all records are free and some found subscription sites. So do with that information what you will. Most information is indexed and searchable. However, there is a small number that is only browsable. Again, don't really know the difference in that yet, but I'll find out soon. You're welcome. I'm a wealth of knowledge. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, they being ancestral findings, state that even if you have a subscription to another genealogy website, this website is a really good tool to have. Keep it in your pocket. Use it when you will. Find your mom and dad. All right, so the next website, the final website, is fultonhistory.com, also known as Fulton Postcards. Now this one is pretty geographically specific to New York State and surrounding areas. How far surrounding? I don't know. I haven't gone there yet. Maybe I'll do more videos of more in-depth results that I find from these websites. Yeah? Good? Good video to poop to? All right. Okay, in addition to these 4 websites that Ancestral Findings provides, they also offer free lookup resources. These resources or information that you can look up are military records, birth and death lookups, passenger and immigration lookups. So you can request 1 free lookup per day. And you do that by filling out a request form, and your response will be received via email. They do say to be patient. It sounds like there's only 1 person that is doing this website. Seems like a genealogy enthusiast, so don't be mean to him, okay? All right, so we've talked about today my Google search, just starting out researching my family history from the get-go, and the result, and the fact that I cannot speak correctly. Found that out today too. Also found out that I really don't know how to spell cemetery. I thought it was spelled Cemetery. It's not. I feel really intelligent. So the 2 websites that I found were AmericanAncestors.org and AncestralFindings.com. We shared the tips from the first website and the 4 websites listed from the second website. So hopefully this has been informative, entertaining, or a video that you're gonna just laugh at later. Hopefully while you're pooping, because that's what I'm going for here. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't, I don't like you, and I hope you get out there and find out if you're married to your cousin.